All right, guys, what's going on? We're out here and we're gonna start working on getting the 70 done. And to start with that, I gotta start repairing on this subframe here because we got some rust issues. All right, so here's our subframe. This is the subframe that came out of the junkyard 70. And like almost virtually every subframe for these cars and Camaros and Firebirds, these guys always rust out. Sometimes you get some rust in here and here. These are all the body mount locations where those rubber bushings hold a bunch of moisture and, you know, cook it out like that. So just so you know, you do not need to, I went ahead and bought the replacement little panel things here. You do not need to buy these. You could just use a piece of cardboard and trace this out. This here hole is much bigger on mine because of how rotted out it is. But the diameter of this guy is 1 inch and 9/16. So if you just made a cardboard template, you could totally recreate this. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut the rusty metal out of here and splice this guy in here, and it'll be perfect. We're gonna do the same thing on both sides, and I think I can get away with the backs, just cleaning them up enough, and the fronts are totally fine. They just need to be wire wheeled up a little bit. So the other thing too is I gotta strip this subframe down. We still have brake and fuel line and everything on it. Get this all cleaned up because we're gonna have to get this wire wheeled, painted, and ready to go up under the car. So a bunch of work to do, and we're gonna waste no time getting to it.
Boom. Nice. I like it. I like it a lot.
All right, guys. Well, this side's done. Super happy with the way that turned out. And you get the idea. We're just gonna repeat the exact same steps on that side to mimic this, and bam, we got good mounts. So you get the idea. I didn't replace the whole mount. I just patched in my section. And like I said before, you could just do this. Make a cardboard template for yourself off of this hole. You get the idea. And then recreate it with a little metal patch. Blast it in there. So gonna do the same thing to this side, and we'll be good to go. And the nice thing is this only took maybe a half an hour. Like I said, we're in a rush here. I got a lot of work to do and not a lot of time to do it, so I went ahead and bought like the little AMD patches. They were like 40 bucks for all 3 subframe locations. You don't have to do that, but whole project, you know, at least for this side, half an hour. So I figured maybe another half an hour, 45 minutes, I'll have the other side knocked out. Then the subframe is ready to roll. Frame's ready to be painted, and since Mike cracked the windshield and you guys wanted to massacre him and won't let him help anymore, I got a different helper coming.
Paint. Wee.
Why are you talking like that?
Because aren't all painters speaking in French?
No, all painters are not French. You don't have to talk like that. So what are you gonna help me paint up today, Daniel? Subframe for the car? Oh yeah. All cleaned up, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let me show them what we're going to be using. Because of the way that the subframe is conditioned on the car, unlike last time, I didn't have the option to sandblast it. So all we did was wire wheel this bad boy up. And now we're going to use some POR 15. Paint over rust 15. As you can see, the frame is wire wheeled up, but it's still kind of crusty. So this stuff is this is the surface that type of paint works the absolute best in.
Daddy.
So we're gonna, yes lady?
I wanna ride the quad.
Okay, I'll ride you in 1 minute. I gotta get Daniel set up here. Like I said, this is the best surface for that stuff to work under. And Daniel here is gonna paint it all up with the brush here. And we'll be good to go. Start assembling the front suspension stuff and getting it ready to go under the car.
I'm gonna paint the chairs too.
No, please don't paint the chairs. Your mother will kill me. She doesn't know we have these out here. All right, so let's get going here.
You gotta open the paint.
I know, I am. All right, come here. Put these on. Are those your favorite shoes? Stand on that first, and then paint the front.
And then we'll fix it.
Then we'll fix what?
My shoes.
Your shoes are done.
My favorite.
Do you have paint on your face? Mommy gonna freak out if there's good paint on them?
I don't know.
So look, you'll dip this.
Whoa.
You'll dip this in here. Okay, you don't have to go crazy. And then spread it all over.
I know how to
A little bit goes a long way. Stuff is really expensive to paint, okay? So you don't have to go nuts. Okay, take it easy. Are you gonna carry that or you wanna put it down? Don't put anything on the wall or mommy will murder us. And don't drop this because if it splatters and gets on anything, she will also murder us. Maybe just leave it there, all right?
He only put that a tiny bit on the floor.
It's okay, he's doing good. How you making out, dude?
Good.
Why you look so serious?
If you could just leave, that would be great. Thank you.
Oh, sorry, I can't watch the artist at work.
No.
Okay.
And you're paying me for this.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, how much do I gotta pay you?
$20.
20 bucks.
Oh, it's actually $20 an hour.
Well, you better pay fast then.
No. You want to paint long, so you have to pay.
Check out my stuff.
Alright, what'd you get? Junk?
No, I never get junk.
See, it looks the exact same as the other one.
I know, it's a lot heavier.
I ain't helping you take it out.
You gotta help me take it out. All right, hold on. Let's just pause a second and let me explain where this rear end came from. So remember a few months back when we had that huge score of Nova parts? Well, the rear end is also part of that deal. All this stuff came off of a 68 Nova. A friend of mine purchased the car and has big plans to build his own personal hot rod race car out of it. So basically everything except for the shell of the car was up for grabs, and I bought the whole lot of stuff. I mean, you could see I scored a whole bunch of stuff, which is all going to be recycled onto our 70 project here. So what we did was I loaded up the rear end, the 10 bolt that came out of the 70. You remember that one with the ice in it? Talk to me. It's frozen. What? What? Have you ever seen such a thing? So anyway, we brought that junk 10 bolt rear end to swap for the good 10 bolt rear end so that the car would still be movable. There's still some other parts that we have to get off of this car yet, but for right now we just need the rear end, and now you're up to speed. So let's get back to the action.
Oh.
I put it in here with the backhoe.
Your cans are coming today.
What
your
cans?
Your undercoating.
You're kidding me.
I'm not kidding you.
Oh my God, that's music to my ears. After humping this thing out in an hour, I don't know if I have it in me to want to do that, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Well, it might be here later. It's just supposed to be here today.
Yank this puppy out and replaced it with the frozen rear diff in exactly an hour. Is that impressive?
Oh, the other one didn't have these.
Is that sexy?
Shocks?
Is that sexy, baby?
The shocks springs. Very sexy.
Yeah, they're the shocks.
I'm getting better.
I feel like I'm missing some of the components there. Yeah,
Right.
Mike might come over later and help me rip this thing out of the back of the truck. It's super heavy.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. The other one I had trouble with, but it looks nice.
All right, Rebecca said somebody showed up with a Vox. Please be undercoating, and that's definitely undercoating. Yes, I've basically been waiting all week. This has been holding me up. The bottom of the car is prepped and ready for this stuff, but I basically can't pull the subframe or anything up without this, because then I'd have to try and paint around everything. So, got to get the car undercoated. Pretty wiped out. Just took the rear end out of the other car and swapped the rear end back into the other car, but this is very important, so gonna have to make sure we get this done today. All right, so those of you that have been around the channel for a few minutes have seen this before. This is Rocket XE bed liner made by SEM here, and I've used this on the 72 and my 69, and I'm a huge fan of this stuff. It's super durable. It comes with everything. This kit is like, I got it off of Amazon actually this time. I think it was like 170 bucks, 180 bucks. I'll put the link in the description, but this is paint, catalyst, bam, you mix it yourself. They also give you a gun. The gun threads right onto the top of the paint cans after you dump the catalyst and shake the daylights out of it. And basically it's a totally everything you need kit to do the entire bottom side of your car, and probably then some. So the 72 here, we basically daily drive this unit, all types of weather conditions with no windshield wipers. And just check out how good it still looks under here. I mean, it's minty. And the reason why I love the truck bed liner look is, if you guys remember from building this car, I've got 4 patch panels in here that you cannot see or tell at all. You cannot see the seam sealer, you can't see the weld seams, you can't see anything because that textured style finish hides all of that. So from the outside, you know, you put this thing on a lift, it just looks like original floors in your 72 Nova, you know, with some undercoating on it. And it's not like super glossy or anything like that. I love it. Huge fan of this stuff. Huge fan of this stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the garage and get all this stuff out of the way, because this stuff never comes off once it's actually on there. So anything I don't want undercoating on, I gotta get out of the way. We're gonna paint this bad boy up so we get the subframe mounted rear end that we just picked up under this thing. So close. This was a huge factor in getting this thing done. And it's Wednesday, and now I have it. So let's get moving here. Okay, what do we run the regulator on the compressor at? Air pressure, 30 to 65. Let's do 50. Okay, suit it up so I don't get a ton of it on me. And let's see what we can do here. Yeah.
Daniel,
Yes.
please make sure you wear that mask.
I have it on as we're speaking.
You're lying.
I'm not. I'll send you a picture.
All right, please wear it.
I'm wearing it right now.
Okay, over your nose and mouth.
Yeah, I know how to wear it.
Okay, please.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Okay, bye. Okay, let's do it. All right, guys. Well, the car is all undercoated. The subframe is all painted, and we're ready to start slapping this thing back together. First time in 35 years that this car will be a complete, uncooked, fire burned, rusted out disaster. I mean, if you remember when we first brought this thing home, it was gross and dirty, came out of a junkyard, 35 years, engine fire. I hate working on dirty cars. So the underside of this thing now is squeaky clean. Subframe, squeaky clean. We're gonna start slapping it back together, but that'll be in the next video. So make sure you guys click that like button, subscribe, the bell, all that stuff helps, and we'll see you next time.